Hello, I'm going to tell you a story. It's a story about adventure and mystery. It's a story about discovery and illumination. It's a story about the intrepid spirit of someone young at heart and thirsting for answers to questions as yet unspoken. It's a story about a beginning. It's a story about... well, here it is. In the heart of Spittle Cemetery, where the shadows lingered like whispers from the past, there stood an old chapel cloaked in mystery. Its weathered stone walls bore the weight of centuries, and within its old halls, secrets long forgotten lay hidden in the dust. One moonlit night, as the wind whispered through the gravestones and the stars painted patterns in the sky, our brave young inquisitor, Pixie Moonsett, found herself drawn to the chapel's crumbling archway. With a sense of curiosity that burned brighter than the lantern in her hand, she stepped into the darkness, her heart, as usual, pounding with excitement, as it usually did when she was on one of her jaunts of discovery. Pixie's mum thought she was just plain nosy. But that didn't deter Pixie at all, as Pixie simply couldn't help herself. It was, after all, simply in her nature to be curious. Inside the old chapel, the air was thick with the scent of age and more than just a little decay. And the only sound was the echo of Pixie's footsteps on the worn flagstones. As she wandered deeper into the chapel's depths, she noticed a glimmer of light coming from a dark corner. She needed a closer look. With cautious steps, Pixie approached the source of the light and gasped in astonishment at what she found. A dusty old book bound in cracked leather lay on a small, low table. It was all very dusty. Now Pixie simply wasn't one to pass up on an opportunity like this. So she quickly looked around her, to make sure she was alone, before she dared to touch the book. When she opened the book, the dust billowed around the table and made her cough, but she was undeterred, and stooped closer for a better view in the half-glow from her lantern. The glimmering light from the book lending just a little more clarity and showing pages yellowed with age and adorned with strange symbols and sigils. Intrigued, Pixie reached out a trembling hand and traced her fingers over the book's worn pages. As she did so, a strange sensation washed over her. A tingling warmth seemed to pass up her arm and seep into her very soul. With trembling hands, Pixie turned more pages of the book and, stopping on one particular page, she began, with a halting difficulty, to read unfamiliar words that almost flowed off the page and into her mind. Her eyes widening with wonder as she felt, rather than deciphered, the ancient words inscribed upon the page. They were names. Names coming to her as though whispered by the wind and written in the stars. Names that held her in their embrace. As Pixie delved deeper into the pages of the mystical book, she felt a sense of awe and reverence wash over her. A feeling that she had stumbled upon something far greater than herself, something that had been sitting patiently, awaiting discovery. For hours, Pixie pored over the pages of the book, committing its secrets to memory and marveling at the wonders it contained. And as the first light of dawn began to filter through the chapel's stained glass windows, she knew that her life had come to a crossroads. But why had the old book lain so long unmolested? Why had no one else thought to take the book into safekeeping, away from this old, dark, and very dusty place? As Pixie emerged from the depths of the chapel and stepped out into the world anew, her heart became alight with a promise. A promise of things to discover and behold and adventures yet to be. She knew that she had found something truly extraordinary, a treasure beyond compare. What she didn't know was, why her, why now, and why here? What was happening? Questions without answers tumbled around in her mind, and, as she made her way home through the quiet streets and away from Spittle Cemetery, the book of names cradled tightly against her chest, Pixie Moonsett knew that she had embarked upon the greatest adventure of all. A journey into the heart of magic and wonder, where anything was possible for those who dared to dream. And Pixie, as we shall see, dared to dream.